is Saturday, phase 11 program. The way that it is going to work for the main workout is we're going to have the gym divided in two halves. One will be over here and one will be on the other side of the gym. We'll have cones dividing it in half. At each station, so two stations, at each one you will be doing an 8-minute AMRAP or an 8-minute EMOM. So the way it will work is within each minute there will be two exercises that we're going to do. You're going to do both of them within each minute. So you'll do both of them for 8 rounds essentially. So both within each minute for 8 minutes, then after the 8 minutes, you'll have a minute to switch, and everyone will switch sides of the gym after that. So the first thing that we're going to have is going to be over here on this side. We're going to grab a plate. We're going to have plate bent rows. So for that, we're going to grab our plate here. Now our knees slightly bent. Hips are going to go back. Back is flat the whole way. And we're rowing with the plate, so all the way up and all the way down. We want to make sure we're under control. So just keeping those elbows tight, squeezing all the way at the top. Is getting all the way up there. Now, make sure we're not dropping the shoulders or rounding the back as the rounds go on. It might tend to happen, so make sure they're keeping good form. We don't want to see anyone going like this at all. So right here, just rowing up and down. We're going to do 10 of those. We do have one modification. If someone has any back issues that would prevent them from going in that position, especially because of how many rounds it is, we have a modification. They're going to have a band here, have it around their feet, just do a seated band row. So seated, knees slightly bent, rowing in and out, just like this. Again, that would be only if someone cannot be in that position just because of any back issues or they need a little bit more support. Otherwise, we're doing it with a plate instead of it. So that's the first thing. We're doing 10 of those. Then we're going to have plate skull crushers. So for this, what we're going to do is grab the plate. We're going to be on our back. Feet are going to be flat, and we're going to have the plate up in front of us to start off with. They're going to do 12 of these, then they're bending at the elbows, back behind their head, and then all the way up, back behind the head, all the way back up. So biggest thing here, just keep the back flat, keep those elbows up, and bend at the elbows. We do not want their arms going back like this. This is what people will tend to do, but what we want is arms straight, just beneath the elbows, behind the head, and then all the way back up to the top here. So that's the first station is the bent rows, and then these skull crushers over here. That's the first thing. The second thing we have is going to be on the other side of the gym. The first exercise is going to be reverse lunges. We're going to do 10 total of these. We're going to be alternating sides, so 10 total or 5 per side. Main version is just going to be regular reverse lunges, so stepping back, alternating sides. We're doing 10 total. With these, just get the knee close to the ground, stay upright. Just regular, good reverse lunges there. Then a couple modifications we have to challenge them. They can grab a medicine ball, add a little bit of weight here. So just stepping back, adding that little bit of resistance there to this. So there's adding a weight. And then to make it a little bit easier for anyone who needs a little bit of stability, what they can do is do reverse lunges with the stability stick here. With this, they are going to do just 10 on one side. So stepping back on the one side, back. Yeah, and then next round, they'll come over to the other side and do that side. If someone needs more stability, the most stable position is going to be a split squat here. So just going down and up. So this is the most stable we have. If someone needs that, otherwise we're going to be doing 10 total reverse lunges. So that's the first thing we have. Second thing we have is going to be glute bridge. So we are going to have 12 of these. We have regular glute bridge and then one modification. So the regular glute bridge, standing on the ground, back flat, feet on the ground here. We're just going up and down, up and down. So squeezing the glutes at the top, and then all the way back down. With this, we just want to make sure their head is flat and the back is flat for the most part. And then when we go up, the back's going to come off. But keep the head flat there, back will come up, squeeze the glutes all the way up at the top with that one. Now, to challenge them a little bit more, what you can do is going to be a banded glute bridge. So the way that we're going to do this, we're going to give them a bigger band here. They can use whatever difficulty. Red or black would probably be good for most people. Going to loop it around their feet here, and then pull it up over their knees, get it over the waist. So it's a little bit different than we are used to. So they'll be around their feet here. Then they're just going up and down. So that band is adding a little bit of resistance. So you can do that, make it a little bit more difficult. Everything is the same besides that. Just adding that little bit of resistance, and then you get it off, and you just bring it up over their knees like that. So 10 reverse lunges, and then 12 glute bridge over here. That is the main workout. We do have a finisher today. The way that the finisher is going to work is we're going to have the band here. We're going to have 3 exercises we're going to do. We're going to do them for a certain amount of reps, and then we are going to try to finish finish the workout. So finish the finisher. So that was 7 minutes to try to complete this certain amount of reps. First thing we're going to have is going to be band push press. No, we're going to have band push press here. Have it under our feet, by our shoulders. For the push press, they're dipping their knees a little bit, up overhead, dipping their knees a little bit, and up overhead. So, like I said, controlled, powerful movements, one fluid movement, and then get the arms all the way up, covering their ears. If someone cannot go overhead, modification we're going to have is going to be band pull apart. So they have the band out in front of them, just pulling out to the side, and back, out, and back. That, keep the arms straight the whole time, arms straight, and then back in. That's the first thing we have. Next thing we have is going to be burpees. So for these, a couple different modification levels as well. What we're going to do is have, we're going to be going down to the plank and back in. That's a plank burpee. So that'll be the one most people will probably be doing. Down, out, and back up. Plank burpee. We do have full burpees, which are harder. If people can do these, they can go ahead and do them. A little more challenging though. So down, lower yourself down, up, and back up. When we do that, we want to make sure they have good form. So what I mean by that is we do not want them to be just dropping to the ground. We want them to be going down to their plank, lowering themselves like a push-up, then pushing themselves back up and exploding out. Right? So that's going to be a harder version. Then an easier version is incline. So we can give them a medicine ball to incline if they need to do that, or we can use a bench. But with that, it's just going to be either medicine ball or bench, going down, back up. That's going to be a little bit easier than a plank burpee if anyone needs that. Like I said, grab them a 20 or 30 pound medicine ball, or if they need even more, they can use a bench for that. Then the third thing we have is going to be squat jumps. So for this, we're going to be squatting down, getting up off the ground, down, up off the ground. So just like regular squat jumps, get that good quality squat all the way down, and in one movement, explode a little bit off the ground now. If they have trouble jumping, but they can still squat, we can just do body weight squats. So down and up. And then the last thing that we have is going to be TRX squats. So if they need to, they can grab a TRX, do TRX squats. That'd be if they have any knee issues or anything like that. Otherwise, we're just going to have them do regular